Coach Steph here. You're not listening. Have you ever felt that way before when you're in the middle of a conversation and you're trying to get a point across and the other person's trying to get a point across, but neither one of you are really hearing each other? That is so frustrating. I've experienced that many times. As I have been coaching, I have heard this in a workplace, in a work format where you are needing to have a conversation and not feeling like the other person is really understanding where you're coming from. And recently, one of my clients was really struggling with this between her and her grown adult son, where they just were not seeing eye to eye on something. So I want to give you some really practical tools on how you can handle this kind of a conversation. And I'm going to use my little hand puppets here to help you understand, because to me it looks like this. You're like going at each other. Listen to me. No, listen to me. I'm trying to get this point across. No, you need to hear my point. And so it can really feel like you're coming at each other in a way that no resolve is happening at all. So first, I want to tell you, in this position, stop when you recognize it and listen. And what does that look like? Instead of at each other, I want you, as the healthy person, because you're learning all these great relationship things, to change your posture to enter into their story. What are they trying to say? Enter into understanding what they're trying to say. And that means listen. It means listen in a way that you are not being defensive. You are not trying to think of what you're going to say next when it's my turn. You are simply listening to understand. That's your whole job in this posture. So once you're in this posture, and you have listened well, you need to empathize. So you're still in their space. You need to empathize, help them understand that you heard them. And you can use this simple phrases like, I didn't realize you felt that way. That brought a lot of clarity to your perspective. Thank you for sharing. Those things, what you're doing is when you're coming at each other like this, your brain is flipped into this defensive posture that you are just fighting against one another. Where when you take this posture and you're empathizing after you listen and they feel heard, their brain can flip back from a place of being triggered at the base of their brain, flip back up to the front of their brain where the reasoning is. So when they're soothed, when they're understood, when they're empathized with, then you can maybe face to face again. And the third point I want to bring up is then ask permission to see, are you willing to hear my perspective? They may or may not be. But that third point is for you to give space for them to choose if they will come and hear, I have a different perspective. Do you mind hearing it from my lens? And if they do, then to enter into that space with them and being really careful that you're sharing from your thoughts and your feelings. This is how I feel. This is how I received this, but you're not attacking. You're not saying you did this and you did this. So you're not blaming or attacking, which will cause defensiveness to come back up in them again. So those are quick, 3 easy, they're simple but not easy, I should say, tips for you, because it's easy to get in this when we so badly want to be heard. But when we're able to turn our posture to really understand, then you can find some success in that space. So share with me. Let me know if you relate to this. Are there any times in your life you've experienced this? I would love to hear about it. And also make sure you subscribe and like if you're enjoying this content. I would love for you to join me over and over again, and I'm glad you're here. Have a great day.